Good day, everyone. So this is Alvin again from the Philippines, and today I am going to review Miss Universe 2010, and I will be giving my complete reviews and commentaries from start to the end of the pageant. It was held in Mandalay Bay Event Center, Las Vegas, Nevada, and during that time there were 83 contestants that competed for the crown, and as a normal and as a tradition for the pageant, the show started with the ladies wearing their national costumes and introducing themselves. And during that time, my top five favorite national costumes during that time were: number 5 is Curacao Safira Duet, number 4 is Mexico's Jimena Navarrete, number 3 is Japan's Maiko Itai, and number 2 is Thailand's Fontipwa Charatrakul. And my favorite national costume last 2010 was Venezuela's Marilisa Gibson. I love that costume. And for the top 15 announcement, here are the placements that are already expected simply because they are heavy favorites or just their personal favorites. Puerto Rico's Mariana Paula Vicente, Mexico's Jimena Navarrete, Ireland's Rosanna Purcell, South Africa's Nicole Flint, Australia's Jacinta Campbell, Jamaica's Yendi Phillips, Russia's Irina Antonenko, Albania's Angela Martini, Colombia's Natalia Navarro, Philippines' Maria Venus Ra. And here are the ladies whose placements are a surprise, but I am happy that they placed. Ukraine's Anna Polovska, France and Guatemala's Jessica Schill. And these are the ladies whose placements came out of nowhere. I mean, I have never expected them to place at all. And their placements can easily be replaced by someone else. If I could, Belgium's Silu Anis and Czech Republic's Jitka Valkova. First of all, in 2010, it is a shock to many of us that USA and Venezuela both failed to qualify. And there are also some ladies whom I think that did well but did not make it. And these are Peru, Juliana Zivalios, Curacao Sofia Dewitt, Dominican Republic's Ava Arias, Trinidad and Tobago's Latoya Woods, and of course Venezuela's Marilisa Gibson. If I could change someone from the top 15, I would actually remove Belgium and Czech Republic, and I would prefer to put Venezuela's Marilisa Gibson in. I know that she might be a threat for another back-to-back, but in my assumption, I think one of the reasons that she didn't make it is simply because to avoid a three-peat. Because honestly, I think her performance during the preliminaries is very, very decent and good enough to qualify in the top 15 compared to Belgium and Czech Republic. I prefer Venezuela to make it in. And of course, another one that I would have wished to see in the top 15 is Peru's Juliana Zivalios, whom I think did well as well in the preliminaries. Now let's go to the swimsuit competition. This is actually one of my favorite swimsuit competition ever. I am really, really in love with the performance of Viva Elvis, and the medley songs of Elvis Presley changed the mood and made this round very, very exciting. Now for the performances, here are the ladies who performed well in the swimsuit competition. Mexico definitely brought up her A game at this round. Beautiful face, beautiful body, great walk, and that giggle when she posed, beautiful. Ireland is definitely a breath of fresh air from European region. She is so energetic and loved her performance, and that face, gorgeous. Australia, loved how she took off that sarong, and her body is great. Jamaica, that body is to die for. And that walk, slay, baby. And those turns, just amazing. Russia, I wish she gave a more energetic performance because she really got a very, very beautiful face. Albania is my predicted winner for this year, and although I have a feeling at that time that she might not win, but I am so proud and satisfied with the performance that she gave, especially on the swimsuit round. Guatemala is such a beautiful surprise. I loved her, especially with her iconic raised eyebrow signature look. Love that. Philippines, I don't know about you, but that waistline and that walk is just superb. Great performance overall for her, and it was very, very exciting to see Philippines place again. Overall, my winner for this round was Jamaica, followed by Mexico in second place and Philippines in third place. Now, during the top 10 announcement, the top 10 finalists were Ireland, Albania, Philippines, Jamaica, Mexico, Ukraine, Puerto Rico, South Africa, Guatemala, and Australia. This is another decent top 10. As much as I would love to see Russia in there, but those 10 ladies who made it surely did a better and excellent job in swimsuit, and obviously much better than Russia. So as much as I would love to see her there, but you're good in the top 15. Now let's go to the evening gown competitions. Now here are my commentaries for all the performances, and to be honest, this is the edition where there's really a lot of terrible gowns in the top 10. Ireland, she looked really, really stunning in her gown. It was a beautiful styling, plus everything about that is just pure perfection. Albania, as my predicted winner, I am really, really in love with her choice of gown, although she seemed a little bit stiff at times. But what shocked me the most was she scored higher than Ireland. I could not believe that. Philippines, when she came out with that gown, I was like, hell no. I really didn't like that gown that much. Plus, I hate ribbons, especially on gowns. But that's just me. But performance-wise, I still have to applaud Venus Ra for carrying that gown very, very well. Jamaica, loved how the gown highlights her figure, but honestly, overall, design-wise, I am not really a big fan of the gown. Something doesn't go well with the overall look. I am not sure, but I think it is because I really dislike the bottom part because it's too short for me. When she did her pose at the end of the runway, I can already see her shoes out, and I wish the gown had enough fabric to cover everything down. But don't get me wrong, because performance-wise, she slayed it. She was so good. But it's just the bottom part of the gown that made her look a little bit off for me. Mexico, when she came out, she definitely got everything right. The dress, the color of the dress, the walk, the face, everything. Ukraine, she looked like a darling, and everything about her look is so angelic, calm, poised, and very regal. I am not a big fan of her, but what she did during the evening gown was just stunning. Puerto Rico, oops. Her description in the video montage was different from what she wore, and also not a big fan of the gown. South Africa, not a big fan of the gown as well. It was too dark, and I don't want to be mean or anything, but I could honestly see that dress as a Halloween costume. Guatemala, not really considering it as a top performance, but she looked very, very decent and much better than the others. Australia, it's not too much, it's not too simple, and I really, really love that look on her. For the overall performance in the evening gown, my winner for this round is obviously Mexico, followed by Ukraine, and my third is Jamaica. For the top 5 announcement, the top 5 finalists were Mexico, Australia, Jamaica, Ukraine, and Philippines. Now, where is Ireland? I mean, I was literally shocked when Ireland didn't make it. Based on the scores, Philippines ranked 5th, Albania ranked 6th, and Ireland ranked 7th. It was a little bit too low for Ireland, and just based on the evening gown look alone. Again, based on the evening gown look alone, I would actually prefer Ireland than Philippines, but I understood why Philippines made it, and she deserves to be in there. So if I was one of the judges, I might put Ireland in the top 5 in replacement of maybe Australia. But that's just based on the evening gown round. And gosh, I'm just sad. But as of this time, it cannot be denied that Rosanna Purcell got one of the most beautiful faces that we have seen in Miss Universe stage. And that will remain forever. Now let's go to the final question. Mexico was asked about the effect of unsupervised internet use to the youth. and honestly, she did not quite answer the question because she gave a response which is more on what can be done to the teens instead of answering the question which is the effect to the teens. But her delivery was confident, and that's something that is really commendable because, again, as what I have said, there are really cases where it's not really about the content, it's more on the delivery and the convincing power, and that's what Mexico got. Australia was asked on what role must the government play in determining such a personal preference, which specifically talks about clothing and religious clothing in public. And what an excellent response. I really loved the opening statement, which is one of the greatest thing we have is the freedom of choice. Perfect start. And then quoting the designer and her own thoughts, really strong response overall. And this is actually one of my all-time favorite responses in Miss Universe history. It was direct and no dramatic extras. Jamaica was asked if death penalty is acceptable. I was nervous at first because this is such a sensitive topic, but I'm really glad that she was able to come through. Ukraine was asked how she feels going through a scanner that can see through her clothes. Another strong and decent answer, and I'm very happy that she delivered as well. Philippines was asked about the biggest mistake in her life and what did she do to make it right. That moment when I was so proud before she opened her mouth, and then after that response, all I did was a sigh of disappointment. That was a really terrible response. And now if I'm going to rank them based on their answer alone, again, if I will rank them based on just the final question alone without considering the previous performances in the first two rounds, my fourth runner-up would be Philippines, third runner-up would be third runner-up would be Ukraine, second runner-up would be Mexico, first runner-up would be Jamaica, and my winner would have been Australia. Again, that's just based on the final question alone. But when the result was announced, fourth runner-up was Philippines, no surprise, but I'm so proud of her for making the country alive again. Third runner-up was Ukraine, not surprised as well. Second runner-up was Australia. I wish she ranked higher, but I do understand why, because the final two dominated the previous two rounds. Seeing Jamaica and Mexico was a great sight to see, but when I saw these two ladies, I already have a feeling that Mexico would win it, especially based on the overall look and performance, and I really hated it when I saw the bottom part of Jamaica's gown. I really cannot get over at how much I really hate that part of the gown. So when I saw the final two, I'm Mexico all the way. Especially when the camera shows the overall shot where I can see the bottom part of the gown. No way that's gonna win. So I'm rooting for Mexico that time. And when Mexico was announced as the winner, I am very happy for her. She surely performed very well and has proved that she is worthy of the crown. And at the same time, even if I hated the gown, I still want to say kudos to Jamaica, kudos to Yandy Phillips, because she made an outstanding achievement for herself and for her country. And of course, she did a very excellent job and a great performance during the entire night. And of course, 2010 is another great year for Miss Universe. So what do you think? Don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. So for now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.